Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today is an extremely exciting day for Ripple and XRP. I have already told you guys that by 5 p.m. today, we're gonna be getting ourselves some juicy news. And well, 5 p.m. is actually like right around now, depending on when I upload this video. So most likely you'll see another live stream or a small little update coming on the channel, but let me explain to you guys exactly what is going to happen. Plus, we got so much more stuff to cover, so sit around and enjoy because it's an interesting one, all right? Ripple / XRP, I am extremely excited for them. Keep telling you guys, I'm so hyped up. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited for the future of XRP? Yes or no? And also, guys, almost dropped my phone. There we go. Check out the Bybit competition. A link is down below. A lot of people are calling it different names. I don't really know. I don't really care. Go check it out. Right now, we have 123 people who are in, almost at the next goal. But look at this. Let's look at the rankings right now. So still, the majority of the people are not in that much profit. As I said before, it really might be so that a person who just got lucky with a very small trade wins himself, for example, 1,000, if not more XRP. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you go sign up. And here, the bottom 4 people have never even entered. They didn't really do any trades just quite yet. They still might win, which is pretty damn crazy. So go check it out. A link is down below. All right, first of all, the juice. Well, a lot of people are actually forgetting that there's not just one thing in this Ripple SEC lawsuit that's going on right now, but there's actually quite a couple. And I got a couple of articles and a couple people sending me that there's something that happened to the motion to dismiss on Ripple's side. We'll be talking about that a little bit later because I didn't have it open just now, the entire back and forth, but I do have it open in another tab, so don't worry about it. We'll drop another video on exactly what's happening with that soon. However, I did want to kind of bring that up. There is a motion to intervene. There's the SEC's motion to strike Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice defense. There's the, again, which we're going to cover a little bit later, motions to dismiss the SEC's first amended complaint. And there's Ripple's motion to compel the turnover of the SEC's internal trading policies. Now, this last one, we actually don't really know how far they are in that process because theoretically speaking, the Ripple won this motion for a good part, right? I guess they really got the thumbs up where the SEC had to give over the majority of their information, which is what we're seeing right here. Then again, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with those since Ripple did a little bit of a sneaky little statement at the end of the hearing a couple of days ago, wherein they said that the SEC has still yet to send them stuff and that they still basically can't come to a good conclusion. And from that perspective, I'm thinking, maybe the judge still has to rule on that pretty soon once more, and so be prepared for all of these things to get an update in the next couple of weeks. It's been going slow, yes it has been, but we have an end date, all right? There's an end to it all, and theoretically speaking, as I've told you guys a couple of times by now as well, it should figure itself out, right? I mean, it will figure itself out, even though it might take a little bit of time, it will fix. So it's just a waiting game, and the people with the longest breath in this specific case here are going to be winning. But mind you that there's a couple of things going on, of which one of the most important parts is the decision on the motion to intervene. But I'm thinking that the judge is also waiting for this motion to dismiss first, and mostly what's going to be happening with the William Hinman deposition, as obviously you have to do these things in layers. And one layer that is really hard to peel is the layer of the lack of fair notice. Basically one of Ripple's defenses and the SEC's attempt to strike it down. Now, it's really difficult to strike this one down because Ripple has a couple of good arguments, yet the SEC also in their motion to strike. I mean, I of course side with Ripple saying no, that this defense is what's going to win the entire lawsuit, but the SEC of course has a couple of points, and the judge has to evaluate every single part of Ripple's defense. And the problem with that one is that you cannot really rule out a defense until you know everything about it. And that's still what they haven't really figured out. So she can't really rule on that one just quite yet, as she doesn't fully understand the defense, unless we can understand exactly what expectation the SEC gave to the market and whatnot. So once more, this deposition might be necessary for that lack of due process. And that also might be necessary for the motion to dismiss eventually, which might again be necessary for the motion to intervene, which might again be relevant in some way, shape, or form to more motion to compel the SEC documents. But I think this one is what's going to be a big issue first. I mean, we already saw a little bit of stuff about the motion to dismissed, but I'm saying that this one is going to be the most important one for the near future here, as I hope that the judge is just going to say, hey, SEC, slap in the face, give over those documents, right? Give it over here now, right now. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, and I'm sitting tight waiting. So, all right, then once more, guys, what's going to happen around 5 p.m. or at least by 5 p.m. New York time. So it's supposed to be in about 1 hour from right now, but I'm not sure exactly how late I can publish this video. Let me quickly see here. I can publish it in, okay, actually minutes from now. So we're going to be good. I'm going to post this video pretty soon, and we're going to most likely do a little bit of a live stream later if it is necessary. We shall see, we shall see, we shall see. But Ripple and the SEC basically have to come to a conclusion, long story short, about what it is they want. Rephrasing that, if they want to take this issue a lot further, or if they just want to agree on what exactly Ripple can question William Hinman on the 27th. That is what the date was, yeah. So that's, again, a key part that a couple of people have missed, that by today, 5 p.m. New York time, let me quickly see here. 5 p.m. EST to Amsterdam time is 11 o'clock. And right now, for me, it is about 10 o'clock. So we have about an hour. No, it's 9:20. 9:12 to be exact. So we have about 1 hour, 45 minutes for this to drop. I'm going to post this video, though, as soon as I'm done with it. So it should be about 20 minutes or so. It's going to be most likely around 9:45. Yeah, so be prepared that there might be a live stream on my channel. Let's quickly check, though, just to be sure that the news hasn't dropped just quite yet. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh, actually, okay, the news has actually dropped. Okay, never mind. This is sometimes when you lack, you get this type of stuff. So, well, most likely, I'll most likely do another separate video on the entire, because I haven't read it just now. Let me quickly go over it a little bit. SEC v. Ripple. Individual defendants file letter and Pierce and Roisman's statement as supporting motion to dismiss amid significant regulatory uncertainty. No, this is what I was talking about earlier. Regarding when digital assets may be classified as securities by the SEC. No, this is actually what I believe I saw before. This is the motion to dismiss, which again, I haven't gone into fully just quite yet, but it's something which they posted prior, I believe, to the one they needed to post, if you guys know what I'm saying. I see Hester Pierce and Elliot Roisman, which have to do with what those guys think about crypto, basically. And again, because she is mentioning, or they're mentioning Pierce here, I'm drawing a couple of conclusions in my head already, but let's wait it out first, because I'm going to make a separate video about this. Oh, there's so much stuff to cover today, guys. Holy smokes. Oh, it's juicy news today. Holy smokes, man. So once more, make sure you kind of refresh the channel. A lot of stuff is going to be coming up. This tweet is unavailable. What does that mean? Okay, so John Dean posted, the SEC sued Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, seeking $1.3 billion. The SEC claims XRP itself is a security, yet allows McCaleb to openly sell his massive holdings of XRP, while your XRP on Coinbase is frozen. How many XRP has Jet McCaleb sold since that date when Ripple got sued, and for how much? Let's quickly check it out here. All right. Hey, John Dean, Crypto. Below is Jet McCaleb Techlistens XP wallet showing the history of sales. I'm not exactly sure where maybe this one? This is the one we sometimes look at. We can actually take a little bit of a look at that right now as well. This is, again, how much Jim McCaleb has left in his sales over the last couple of months. If you check out, however, over when the lawsuit started, let's quickly check it out. So that's about, let's say about here. He actually had 3.5 billion XRP left. You can see that's a pretty big change right there. He sold 2.5 billion XRP in that little time frame right there. What? Wow, that's pretty juicy. For him, of course, not for us really, but that's pretty juicy. From that same perspective then, that's going to be a pretty hefty fine, right? If he sold unregistered securities every single time. I'm not exactly sure if there's anything going to come from that. I would say he's one of the founders, so he should also be included in all the trouble, because he started this entire debacle, and he's selling it still. If he was not involved, not selling, doing anything, I would kind of count him out. But since he's a major distributor of this crypto, a major reseller, it's kind of like an exchange, right? He should also be in trouble if exchanges get into trouble because he's a reseller. At least that's my own verdict on it. I'm not no attorney, so don't take this with too much seriousness. All right, John Dean again. There was a reply to Arturo Portilla, whom said, I'm not even a lawyer in the US, but it's terribly concerning to see how US lawyers, and so-called crypto lawyers specifically, can manage to appropriately read a goddamn complaint. For the millionth time, the SEC referred to XRP itself as a digital asset security. Okay, so that's a little bit of a back and forth, maybe? Ooh, it's a whole thread. Okay, I didn't actually expect that one. After reading this article from Law 360, behind a paywall, sorry, I'm afraid we need to revisit the topic of SEC v. Ripple once again. The article quotes U.S. Magistrate Judge Netburn as saying that the case is separate and apart from the standard cases the SEC brings. I respectfully disagree. This case has nothing to do whether the XRP digital asset is or is not a security. Thus, it also has nothing to do with whether or not any novel technology is involved. It also has nothing to do with whatsoever whether or not XRP is a currency. In fact, SEC v. Ripple Labs is extremely standard investment contract case following 70 plus years of Howey jurisprudence. The case asks four fairly straightforward questions. First, did people part with money or other value for whatever was sold to them by Ripple Labs? Second, did Ripple Labs did Ripple Labs pool the proceeds of these sales of whatever and use the proceeds to take action that would reasonably be expected to raise the value of whatever? Or did Ripple Labs have a common enterprise or economic interest with the buyers of whatever due to both Ripple Labs and the buyers owning a bunch of whatever? Third, did the buyers of whatever have a reasonable expectation that they would be able to make a profit from a later sale of whatever at a higher price than what they paid Ripple Labs? Fourth, did the expectation derive primarily from the anticipated entrepreneurial or managerial efforts of Ripple Labs with respect to whatever? Finally, as an alternative to second above, it is reasonable to assume that purchasers were primarily motivated to buy whatever for its intended useful purpose. In the case of XRP, that would appear to be making payments for goods or services. All of these questions can be resolved without ever needing to consider the supposedly unique nature of XRP and or the question of whether XRP constitutes a security or alternatively some type of asset, e.g. currency. In fact, one could conclude that XRP was indeed a currency, but that purchasers were not motivated to buy it for use, but rather to resell it at a profit resulting from Ripple Labs' efforts. In this case, the sale transaction would still be an investment contract. Accordingly, I just don't see what significant policy decision in the markets the judge is referring to as the quote. Of course, there is indeed a critical policy issue not raised by the case, that is, can, as the SEC has asserted, an asset of any type embody the facts, circumstances, promises, and expectations that comprise an investment contract when that asset is resold in secondary transactions between persons unaffiliated with the seller? This question will have to be taken up separately, and thanks for making this making it this far. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how far I can disagree with something, but pretty far. I agree wholeheartedly. Do I get some of the points he's making? Yeah. I mean, obviously, some of the points are about what constitutes as a security. I can understand what he's saying. However, he is describing every sort of cryptocurrency and most assets in this world and most currencies in this world as there's usually what, look at it from this perspective. If you are investing into Ethereum, right? Literally, we're saying investing, not buying it to, again, just buy goods and services because that's a little bit odd. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you got paid an XRP right now, what are you going to do, right? A lot of people are going to sell it because they want to make some money. A lot of people are going to buy some stuff with that, whatever. I mean, if you get paid in the US dollar, you're not saying, oh, I'm investing in US dollar right now because that's my best choice. Some people do, but you guys get the picture of what that little small part. No, it's not the main point, though. Here, the main point is he's trying to make it look as if every single person has bought this from Ripple because they wanted to make money and Ripple expected, made the expectation that the price was going to go up. And so we should all buy it from Ripple and, then everything's going to go up, you sell, and, well, Ripple did all of that. That's the same thing with so many other things. I mean, the US dollar, I don't want to get too far into this one, but what company is above all of that with the expectation of keeping it stable? Right? You might say, oh, no, it's not going up. It's keeping it stable. The US dollar, backed by the US government, it's our trust in the government that keeps that coin afloat. Who else adds to it? You might say, oh, it's how the country's trade is. Yeah, that's the utility, but XRP has utility too. And are people buying the US dollar primarily to speculate? Well, I mean, debatable. I mean, you can say, oh, there's so much in circulation. People get it all the time because the world. So that can happen with any crypto for that matter. I mean, there's still one central company at the top, and that company is still the one that gives expectation. Because if you think about it, the majority of traders out there, they trade knowing that it's backed by the U.S. government. If it wasn't backed by the U.S. government anymore, it would crumble. And that's, for example, I know maybe it's a bad example. I'm not sure. I think about it like that. I'm thinking Ethereum, for example, as well, has an Ethereum foundation above it. With Bitcoin, it has a Bitcoin foundation, but that one is a little bit different because it's been out there for longer. And in a different sense decentralized. But decentralization, I don't want to get too far into today because I've explained to you guys before. There was even a massive issue with Bitcoin centralization when all of a sudden, oh, 4 parties in China have all the control over it. But no, nobody's bringing that up anymore because China, well, they got away, so the US SEC can't really bring up that argument. And I'm also thinking the US SEC is going after Ripple specifically and not Ethereum because Ripple is in the United States and the Ethereum Foundation is over in Zurich. Get my own thoughts, right? It's not all about what's fair, what's best. No, it's about what is easy to do and what's easy to make money with. Arturo also said, for further reference, again, on P24 of the SEC's opposition to intervention, the XRP traded, even in the secondary market, as the embodiment of those facts, circumstances, promises, and expectations, and today represent the investment contract. The SEC is claiming that XRP itself is a security. Now, wonder why Ripple didn't retain any of this crappy independent crypto law firms and instead hired top-notch law firms of the likes of Kellogg, Hansen, Todd, Field and Frederick, and Debevoise and Plimpton. Well, because there's a lot of confusion about this. There's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of confusion, and I understand how a lawyer that's not too sophisticated in this crypto realm might see it plain as day. At least, in my own opinion, I can see why. He's saying living on VEDS, vitamin C, and blockchain, maybe not the blockchain part too much, because once more, which crypto is really truly not a security then? If we're only following the strict law of having a company that raises the expectation for something. Because if you're not including the secondary market whatsoever, which is basically what the SEC is alleging is the entire problem, that every single, that's, to be honest with you, I would say that that's the biggest issue here, that every single sale of XRP ever is an investment contract, and me selling it to my friend, if that's an investment contract, what are we doing? If I sold something to a friend of mine, a couple of freaking, I can't even grasp the thought of who can think that that's proper. So, again, from that perspective, it just absolutely doesn't really make any sense. It absolutely does not. Every single sale being a securities transaction, an illegal investment contract. How can you even think of that, man? How does it get through your head? And so, again, to not really linger on this for too long, I just don't think it really makes a lot of sense. And hopefully a lot of people are going to understand this, that, well, there's going to be a ton of people who don't agree with us, a ton of people who are. And ultimately, that's why we're in court, because some people disagree, some people agree. And I think that it's going to figure itself out. But if any of these guys think, oh, no, Ethereum is safe, only XRP isn't, they're in for a very big surprise. Very big. All right. John Deaton also saying XRP is not a security by Congressman Tom Emmer. There's a lot of these guys who actually say that XRP is not a security. But whatever, man. Let it slide. Let it be whatever it wants to be. By the way, guys, check out the Bybit competition. Link is down below. We are almost right now at 125, which means more money is going to be given away. It does not come out of my pocket. This is from the exchange itself. So I'm telling you guys, milk them dry. All right. Once more, it doesn't cost me anything if we get more people. It just makes them give away more money. So I'm thinking, hey, more people, more money given away for completely free. Let's milk these cows dry. Once more, one more person is 7,500 XP in total. I want to get that up to at least this area right here, like 15,000 XP or so. If we get to 200 people in total, I guess it's already pretty cool. And I'm also hoping that it's not just going to be one guy who's going to be good at trading, fill up all 10 positions. And I'm also not sure if you can actually enter twice or not. I would think so, because you can actually also make a new account if you don't want to enter with your main. If you want to enter, for example, with only the minimum amount of XRP or whatever, the minimum amount of XP being 300. You don't have to pay this, by the way. You just need to have this in your account. And it's an exchange. It's just how an exchange works. Make sure you have it in your derivatives account, by the way. But yeah, that was it for today's update. And I'll see you guys again maybe in another stream soon or maybe something. I don't know.